Om Sri Guru Basavalinkaya Namaha. In last class, we saw about LC oscillations, etc. In that LC oscillations, what is that one? We consider one, what is that one? Inductor and one capacitor. These two are connected in parallel. Coefficient of self-induction of the inductor is L and capacitance is C. This is connected to an AC source, and this AC source EMF is E is equal E naught sin omega. If the AC source is switched on, then what happens? Here the current will be passing through the circuit. Through that current, here what happened? Already we know, when the current is passing through the inductor in its perpendicular direction, what happened? The magnetic field is generated. So, due to the variation in flux, due to self-induction, here I current is generated. This I current is passing through the inductor. Okay, when the I current is passing through the inductor, then what happened here? The inductor allows the current passing through it. Then the charge is coming to capacitor. Here for positive half pulse of the AC cycle, here we are able to set that here the plus Q charge will be formed on the capacitor and minus Q charge is formed on the other plate of the capacitor. Then already we know in between plus Q and minus Q charges, here powerful electric field is generated. Then when the capacitor is getting the charge, that is said to be charging. When the charging is completed in the capacitor, then automatically at the inductor, the current value will become 0 and here the charge will become maximum. When the current through the inductor becomes 0 and charge through capacitor becomes maximum, then we are able to set that this capacitor acquires certain energy due to electric field. That energy is given by Q square by 2C. What is the capacitor got the energy due to the electric field? That is Q square by 2C. After getting Q maximum, then the capacitor starts the discharge. That means what? It lost the charge to inductor. When the charge is passing through the inductor, then we are able to set that current flows from capacitor to inductor. Then automatically here if the total charge lost by the capacitor, then its charge will become 0. At that the current type becomes maximum. At that moment in the conductor, the energy is due to the magnetic field, that is given by half L I square. So here this energy is stored in the inductor. When the current will become maximum, then immediately what happened? Inductor allows the current passing through it. Again, the cycle will continue. Suppose if the negative pulse came, then here the charges are interchanged as plus Q and minus Q. That's why we are able to set that the electric field is formed in reverse direction. Then the current flows from here to here. This is said to be oscillation. Here also, when the oscillation occurs here, we are able to set that energies are interchanging. Here always what you should remember, the energy across the inductor due to magnetic field should be equal to the energy across the capacitor due to electric field. That means what? Here half Li square, that should be equal to q square by 2c. Q square by 2c. Here we may write, what is that one? Here we may write what 1 by 2 cancel. So from this we are able to write Li square is equal q square divided by 2c. Li square is equal to what? Q square divided by 2c. From this I square is equal, you may write q square by, not 2c. 2 not there, na? 2 cancel. So I square is equal q square by Lc. From this we are able to write I is equal q by root Lc. I is equal, what is that one? Q by root Lc. Already we know what is that one. Here the current value is maximum. If the current value is maximum, then I maximum is equal, you may write q omega naught. This one we observed in our LCR series circuit. So if this is equation 1 and this is equation 2, by comparing 1 and 2, by comparing equations 1 and 2, the resonant frequency, we may write the resonant angular frequency omega naught is equal, you may write what? 1 divided by root Lc. If the resonant linear frequency, if we write omega naught means what? 2 pi into f naught, that is equal to 1 by root Lc. So from this f naught is equal, you may write 1 by 2 pi into root Lc. This is the expression for, what is that one? This is the expression for the resonant angular frequency and linear frequency in the case of, what is that one? LC oscillation. So in LC oscillations, what you should remember, here there is no energy loss. There is no energy loss, or there is no power loss. Only the electrical energy is converted into magnetic energy, and magnetic energy is converted into electric energy. That's why this oscillation will be continuously going on. Generally, where these LC oscillations are preferable means where the regular energy is required or regular power is required, there we prefer the LC oscillation. We prefer the LC oscillation. This is about LC oscillation. After the LC oscillations, next, in this you should know about little bit regarding choke coil. Little bit regarding choke coil. Already you know about the choke, where the choke is used generally in the case of tube lights. Here we use the choke coil. That means when the fluorescent tube is there, here on the frame one rectangular box is there now. That box is said to be, what is that one? Choke coil. First of all, what is this choke? Choke means what? This choke means the device which is preventing, the loss of energy, the loss of electrical energy is said to be, what is that one? Choke coil. Generally, the choke coil is working under the principle. What is the principle? The principle is in inductor. In inductor, the current lags behind. The current lags behind EMF. Lags behind EMF by pi by 2 radian. By pi by 2 radian. This is the working principle of the choke coil. What is the working principle of the choke coil? In inductor, current lags behind EMF by pi by 2 radian. Generally, this choke coil is very much useful to reduce or to prevent the loss of electrical energy into other forms. Into what? Other forms. Here, what you should remember, suppose if the choke coil is not there, the choke coil is not there, then automatically what happens? If the choke coil is not there, then here the tube light is able to get blasting. Why? Due to the conversion of electrical energy into heat energy. So here in the case of choke coil, what is there? Here one rectangular frame will be there. What is that one? One rectangular frame, or sometimes one cylindrical frame also we may use. Here on this, here the wire is wounding on the rectangular coil line. Here this wire, this is connected to one terminal of the tube and this is connected to another terminal of the tube. Here inside this core, there is what is that one? Maybe use the material like iron, in other words, the air also may use. If the current is with high frequency, that means the current is having high frequency, then automatically we may use iron as core material. Iron as what is that one? Core material. Okay, not high frequency. If the current is low frequency. If the current is low frequency, then iron is used as core material. Why? If the current is low, then the eddy currents formed on the core will be less. So at that time, to prevent the eddy currents, the laminated iron core we may use. The next one, if the current is having high frequency. High frequency means what? Automatically eddy currents also more. So in those cases, we use air as core material. Air as core material. That means what? Air means what? Nothing is there. So if any current leakage is there, then automatically the current leakage will gone out. So this is about what is that one? Choke coil. Choke coil means what? Choke coil means the device, electrical device, which prevents the conversion of electrical energy into heat energy, or the loss of electrical energy into heat energy is said to be choke coil. It is working under the principle of what? In inductor, current lags behind EMF by pi by 2 rate. So here what happened, if the choke coil is considered on one rectangular frame or cylindrical frame, one wire is wounding. These wires, both ends terminals are connected to the tube, connected to the terminals of the tube. When the current is passing through it, then automatically what happens? In the conductor, if the electrical leakage is there, then the current, the eddy currents are formed on the core. Here, if the core prevents those eddy currents, then automatically the loss of heat energy will be less. So that here the main important is what? Core material is main important. If the current is with low frequency, then iron is used as core material. If the current is with high frequency, then air as core material. Then automatically the leakage of current will be gone. The next one, after knowing of these, what is that one? LC oscillation. After knowing of these LC oscillations and choke material, choke coil, then you should know about the another important one. What is this one? Resonant curve in the LC series circuit, LC parallel circuit. Here the resonance curve in LC parallel circuit. Resonance curve in LC parallel circuit. Here already we know what is that one? LC parallel circuit. What is the LC parallel circuit? If this is considered as inductor of coefficient of self-induction L, and this is considered capacitor of capacitance C. These two are connected to parallel to an AC source. Then this is said to be what is an LC parallel circuit. Here the EMF is given by E is equal E naught sin omega t. Already we know the current is flowing from capacitor, inductor to capacitor as well as capacitors to inductor. Across the inductor what happened? The energy is given by half Li square, that is due to electric field. Due to what is that one? Electric field. Similarly, here across the capacitor, the energy is q square by 2c, that is due to which field? This is due to magnetic field, and this is due to electric field. Here, this is due to what is that one? Magnetic field, and this is due to electric field. Already we know this one. Here, what happened? For every half cycle, the electrical energy is converted into magnetic energy, and magnetic energy is converted into electrical energy, vice versa. Now, if you plot a graph in between the current and frequency, if you plot a graph in between current and frequency, in the case of LC oscillations, the curve you may get like this. In the case of LCR series circuit, the curve is like this. Here, the curve is what is that one? Exactly in the reverse manner. In the case of LCR series circuit, you know at resonant frequency, the current is what? Maximum. But in LC parallel series circuit, here the current will be minimum at resonant frequency. At resonant frequency, the current will become minimum. The current minimum means what? We are able to set that there are no half power frequencies. Why? Current only minimum. Minimum means what? There is no possibility of half power frequencies in this. The next one, if you draw the curve, that means the curve in between the, what is that one? Angular displacements and the current in the case of resonance. Here, those curves, that means if this is considered origin and this is considered the angular displacement omega t and this is considered current, then here the current is like this. Initially, the current will be maximum. Afterwards, the current gradually decreases, and finally, the current will become 0. That means the current curve in with respect to the displacement is looking like the damping curve. Looking like what is that one? Damping curve. Why? Initially, the amplitude is maximum. Afterwards, decreases, and finally becomes 0. That means like this here, the amplitude will become 0 in the case of what is that one? The LC oscillation. Okay. So, if the loss is there, if the loss is not there means what? The first curve, this is what is that one? Is energy lost there. Energy lost. Suppose for ideal LC oscillations, if you see, if this is the omega t and this is the origin and this is I and this is minus I. For ideal oscillator, here we are able to set that the curve is similar to the what is that one? In each and every part it is having similar amplitude. Why? Here no energy loss. If the no energy loss is considered, the curve is like this, energy loss considered like this. Generally for ideal LC oscillator, for ideal LC oscillator, we are able to set that here the curve is like this. This is what is that one? Practical LC oscillator. So, if you see LC oscillator at outside, that is not having the frequency in the same manner and current amplitude in the same manner, that is gradually decreases and finally becomes 0. These curves also we should remember. What? In the case of LCR series circuit, at resonant frequency, current will become maximum, but in LC oscillations, at resonant frequency, current will become minimum. That's why here half power frequencies are not occur. Half power frequencies are not occur. Similarly, here that means practical LC oscillator is saw, then automatically we know here when the through the conductor, if the current is passing, some electrical energy may be emitted in the form of sound or heat energy. That's why the damping curve we will get. But for ideal LC oscillator means what? We are able to set that there is no loss of electrical energy. So the curve is looking like the sinusoidal curve. That means what? Without decreasing in amplitude, we are able to get the curve. These are the resonant curves for what is resonant curve, as well as the current curves drawn in between the current and angular displacement in the case of LC oscillator. After knowing about all these, then we will move into our last topic in this, that is said to be transformer. That is said to be, what is that one? Transformer. What is meant by transformer? Transformer means what? Transformer means here if any one electrical device converts high voltage low current into low voltage high current. In other words, vice versa. That means low voltage high current into high voltage low current. Then that is said to be transformer. Transformer means what? Transformer means it is device which converts high voltage low current into low voltage high current into what is that one? Low voltage high current. Or vice versa. Vice versa means what? Low voltage high current into high voltage low current. Then we are able to set that is said to be transformer. Okay? Generally, the transformer, its corresponding principle is considered. It is working under the principle of mutual induction. That is working under the principle of what is that one? Mutual induction. It is working under the principle of mutual induction. Mutual induction means, already you know what is meant by mutual induction. If the magnetic flux linkage changes, then automatically the induced EMF or induced current formed in any other coil, then that is said to be mutual induction. In the same coil means self-induction. In any other coil means what? Mutual induction. So here that is said to be mutual induction. Generally, if you see any one transformer, we will see about its construction and working. Construction and what is that one? Here the transformer is considered, the transformer is having one rectangular coil. Here the rectangular frame, not coil, frame. Here any transformer is considered, the transformer is having a rectangular frame. On this rectangular frame, I am considering these two are terminals. From these terminals, here what is that one? One copper wire is wounding like this. That copper wire is wounding. And exactly on opposite side of this rectangular frame, here also the copper wire is wounding in between any 2 points. Here this frame is iron frame. That means that is made with soft iron. So that is said to be iron frame, and this coil is said to be what? It is having copper wire. It is having copper wire. I am assuming this first coil is said to be primary coil. First coil is said to be what? Primary coil, and the second one is said to be secondary coil. Here the first one is said to be, what is that one? Primary coil, and second one is secondary coil. Here generally primary coil is connected to an AC source. primary coil is connected to an AC source and secondary coil is connected to any one load. That means where we are able to apply this voltage, that is said to be what? Load. So like this we should connect. Primary coil I am denoting by P and secondary coil I am denoting by F. Suppose here the number of turns in the primary coil I am denoting NP and number of turns in the secondary coil is denoting NS. Now if the AC source is switched on, then here we are able to set that in between these two ends of the primary coil, the voltage is said to be primary voltage VP. And the current passing through this primary coil is considered as IP. Already we know when the current is passing through any one coil, then in its perpendicular direction, what happens? The magnetic field is formed, so it causes for change in flux. Due to this flux linkage, here the induced current will be generated and that induced current is exactly in opposite direction with respect to the primary current. That's why IS direction should be towards this side, which is opposite to this. If the current is passing like this, then in between these two terminals, that means across the load, we are able to observe some potential that is said to be what? Vs. This is about construction and working. What is meant by the construction and working? Here, first let us consider one rectangular iron frame. On the rectangular iron frame, at a pair of sides which are in opposite, here the soft iron wire is wounding. Soft iron wire is wounding. Here the what is that one? Copper wire is wounding. That copper wire having number of turns NP in primary coil, first coil, and number of turns NS on the secondary coil. Here the primary coil is connected to an AC source. Similarly, secondary coil is connected to one load, so resistance. So this is the construction. Working means what? If the AC source is switched on, then what happens? Here IP, primary current, IP is passing through the primary coil and the potential difference in between the terminals of this primary coil is considered as VP, which is provided by AC source. When the current is passing through primary coil, in its vicinity here the magnetic flux linkage will form. Due to the magnetic flux linkage, here in the secondary coil, the induced current will be generated. That induced current will become, what is that one? IS. The induced current will become what? IS. And here across the load, how much resistance is there? That is said to be the secondary voltage Vs. The secondary voltage. This is about the what is that one? Construction of the construction and working of the what is that one? Transformer. In this transformer, what you should remember, here the power will be constant. Power is what is that one? Constant. Here power constant means what? The input power should be equal to output power. Input power should be equal to what? Output power. Already we know the power may be expressed in terms of current and voltage as what is that one? Input current means IP, input voltage Vp, that is equal output current Is into output voltage Vs. Here input current is IP and input voltage is V. While we are connected to AC source means what? That is input. Across the load we are getting output. So output current is Is and output voltage is what? Vs. From this we are able to write Vs by Vp is equal to what? Vs by Vp is equal IP by Is. This is considered as equation 1. Now, according to Faraday electromagnetic induction, the induced EMF. If you write induced EMF, what is the induced EMF according to Faraday's law of magnetic induction? Induced EMF is equal minus n into d phi b by dt. That means the induced EMF is what is it when in opposite direction to the rate of change of flux and directly proportional to what is it when the number of lines. So here we are able to write that E is directly proportional to N. Why? Because here the same flux is acting. So the rate of flux is also what? Constant. So we may write E proportional to N. From this, the ratio of induced EMF in secondary coil to primary coil, we may write what? Vs by Vp, that is equal Ns by Np. This is considered equation 2. Here, according to this, the induced EMF is directly proportional to N. Here, if the induced EMFs in primary and secondary coils are what is that one? EP and ES, then we may write ES by EP is equal to what? Vs by Vp. Why? In the diagram we are represented, those voltages are Vs and Vp. So Vs by Vp, that is equal to what? Directly proportional to N means Ns by Np equation. By using equations 1 and 2, from equations 1 and 2, we may write, how we write Vs by Vp, or you may write Es by Ep. So Es by Ep is equal to what? Ns by Np, that is equal to what? Ip by Is. By using the above equation, we are able to write Es by Ep is equal, Ns by Np is equal Ip by Is. This is equation 3, which is said to be transformer ratio. It is said to be, what is that one? Transformer ratio. Here, transformer ratio generally denoted by capital T. So, what is meant by transformer ratio? The ratio of secondary to primary EMF, or the ratio of number of turns of secondary coil to primary coil, or the ratio of induced currents passing through primary to secondary coil is said to be transformer ratio. Now, if you see this transformer ratio, according to the transformer ratio, the transformers may be classified into two types. Here, transformers may be classified into how many types? Two types. What are those? These transformers are, first one is said to be step-up transformer. First one is said to be, what is that one? Step-up transformer. And second one is said to be step-down transformer. First one is said to be, what is that one? Step-up transformer. And second one is said to be step-down transformer. Step-up transformer means what? Step-up transformer. First I will explain step-up, then we may move into step-down. So, this is said to be step-down transformer. Here, in step-up transformer, observe carefully. What is that one? Here, if the transformer ratio is greater than 1, if the transformer ratio is greater than 1, or if the number of secondary turns is greater than number of primary coil turns, then we may say that is said to be step-up transformer. That means what? In the primary coil, if the number of turns are less, and in the secondary coil, if the number of turns are more, then that is said to be, what is it one? Step-up transformer. This step-up transformer converts here this step-up applicable for voltage. That means what? It converts the low voltage high current converts converts into what is that one? High voltage, low current. High voltage, low current. Here in step-up transformer, low voltage, high current converts into high voltage, low current. Generally, where the step-up transformers are used, these are used at power stations. That means generally where the power is generated, at that, what is that one? The voltage is low. But when the power is transferring from one place to another place about larger distances, then what happens? More amount of electrical energy is becoming converting or wasting in the form of heat energy and sound energy. To prevent this one, here we are converting the low voltage into high voltage. So automatically when the voltage will become high, then the power loss will be low. Why? This power loss is, what is that one? That means power is directly proportional to voltage. So voltage is high means power will become more. So power loss will become less. So like that the step-up transformers are used. After this, the another second type we learned. What is that one? That is said to be step-down transformer. Second one is said to be, what is that one? Step-down transformer. Now you are able to tell what is meant by step-down transformer. Step-down transformer means what? If the transformer ratio is less than 1, transformer ratio is less than 1, or if you write NP is less than NS, that means here not less than, greater than. If NP is greater than NS, or if you write as earlier, NS is less than NP. That means if the primary coil has more number of turns and secondary coil has less number of turns, then that is said to be step-down transformer. What is function? It converts high voltage, low current, high voltage, low current into low voltage, high current. It converts, what is that one? High voltage, low current into low voltage, high current. Low voltage, high current. That's why here generally where it is used, if we see what is that one? Substations. Here already we know in each and every village or town what are there? Substations are there. Where the, what is that one? The electric power is coming to there. That coming with high voltage. At substations, what we should do? We should convert that high voltage into low voltage. Similarly, in our street also transformers will be there. In those transformers also what happens? High voltage is converted into low voltage. So like this we are able to apply what is that one? The step-down transformers frequently in substations. So by observing all these, what is our conclusion? According to this, the transformers are useful to prevent the power loss, during the transportation. That means if the electric power is sending from one place to another place about longer distances, then the electric power loss will be there. That power loss is reduced by using this. After knowing about this one, then first of all we should know what is that one? Reasons and preventions. Reasons and preventions for power loss, or what is that one? Electric energy loss. Why? Electric energy is loss means what? Electric power is rate of electric energy, so automatically power loss will be there. Here reason and prevention. First one, we may say that the power loss is maybe due to what is that one? Iron loss. Due to what is that one? Iron loss. In transformer, where is the iron? The laminated core, that means the core, rectangular core or frame is made with what? Iron. So, when the electric energy is leaking on the core, then automatically on core we are able to write eddy currents will form. What will form? Eddy currents will form. These eddy currents are main cause for the iron losses. To prevent this one, what is the prevention? Prevention is if the core is laminated, if core is laminated. Core is laminated means what? For the lamination, we are using the dielectric material, so automatically eddy currents will be prevented. So, here first type of loss what? Due to iron loss. Iron loss means what? The core is made with iron, so on core eddy currents will form. Due to that eddy currents, the power may be lost. That is prevented by, if the core is laminated, then automatically we may prevent that one. And second one is said to be copper loss. Second one is said to be what? Copper loss. Copper means what? The wire which is used for conduction, that is said to be copper. So, how you prevent the copper loss? Here, if the wire is concerned, if the wire is, what is it one? Wire, Ehlers current, then it causes for little leakage of current, little leakage of current. Here, to prevent the leakage, what we should do? Its prevention is, suppose if the wire is what is it? Coated with insulation, coated with insulating material. If the wire is coated with insulating material, then automatically what happens? There is no leakage of current to outside. Then automatically the power loss will be reduced. And the third one is said to be hysteresis loss. The third one is said to be, what is that one? Hysteresis loss. What is meant by hysteresis loss? Already we know, when the current is passing through the conductor, in its vicinity, the magnetic field will form. In that magnetic field, if any magnetic material is kept, that means, suppose this is the conductor, here I current is flowing. In perpendicular direction, what happened here? The magnetic field will form. Here, if you kept any one magnetic material, then automatically this magnetic material gets magnetization and demagnetization. That means what? Here the magnetization will occur. That means that material tries to become that as a magnet. That process is said to be magnetization. Here, alternating current means what? That is having both positive pulse and negative pulses. Here, if the positive pulse causes for magnetization, the negative pulse causes for demagnetization. Why? Because here the current will become reverse. In positive pulse, the current direction is one direction, and in negative pulse, the current direction is opposite direction. That's why due to positive pulses it gets magnetization, and due to negative pulses it gets demagnetization. So, when the magnetization, demagnetizations are occur, then if you plot a graph in between, its corresponding intensity and magnetic field, then you may get the loop like this. This loop is, what is that one? Hysteresis loop. This loop is, what is that one? Hysteresis loop. In this hysteresis loop, what you should remember, if this is representing magnetization, this is representing demagnetization. So, the area occupied by this curve is said to be hysteresis loss. That is said to be hysteresis loss. So, to reduce the hysteresis loss, what you should remember, if you use the ferromagnetic material, here prevention is what? Its prevention is, if you use the ferromagnetic material, then automatically we are able to set that the hysteresis loss will be reduced. So, what is prevention? Its prevention is by using ferromagnetic material, then automatically hysteresis loop will become thin. Hysteresis loop becomes thin. Hysteresis loop becomes thin means what happened to its area? Its area will become less, so automatically the loss will be less. The another one, here fourth one, we may say that leakage of current or energy between coils. That means already we know in transformer, if this is a rectangular frame, this is said to be what? Primary coil, and this is said to be what? Secondary coil. So here the energy may be leakage to outside. So to prevent this one, what you should remember is prevention is, if you maintain, there is no space in between prevention, no space between primary and secondary coils, then automatically what happens? Here the loss will be prevented. That means what? If this is considered primary coil, here the secondary coil may be wounded on the same. Now, what is the space in between them? Nothing. These two are overlapped, so automatically this leakage will be prevented. Okay. This is about the transformer. Okay. Tomorrow we will move into NCERT problems regarding this chapter. So today what we should do, try to write each and every formula which is related in this chapter. That means what? Total types of currents, types of EMF, as well as the remaining. That means regarding the average power, regarding the power factor, regarding what is that one, phase difference, all those regarding angular frequency, Q factor, like that, each and impedance formula. So like that, try to write all the formulae for total all topics. Then tomorrow we will move into problems. Okay? Thank you.